Thank you, Howard. The Broome County Industrial Development Agency revealed plans Friday for its upcoming proposal for a technology park on Airport Road in the town of Union. 12 News' Brian Melanson was at the event and brings us more on the project.
Broome County IDA is pushing forward on a controversial project in East Maine. A proposed technology park spanning more than 500 acres is set to build up the county's economy.
Our initial estimates for just job creation over that period of time is something like 17,000 jobs over 20 years. That's not necessarily all of the ancillary jobs that grow for small businesses that are serving the park. Our estimates for construction of this over time is over 38,000 construction jobs.
The state-of-the-art technology park will include services such as businesses, manufacturing, healthcare, daycares, and more. Stacy Duncan, CEO of the Leadership Alliance, tells 12 News the project will help bring manufacturing back to upstate New York.
Locations for manufacturing companies to come in and build routes. We're looking actually at some housing components on the location. We'd love to see work with our university partners to work with companies that want to bring their R&D here to be close to the university and workforce training.
The project is set to take up more than 500 acres off of Airport Road in East Maine. Some residents have expressed concerns about the project, but Duncan tells 12 News that the IDA is keeping residents' feedback in high regard.
So feedback from community leaders that attend the BU Forum is so essential to have, so we can make sure we're incorporating things the community wants to see ultimately in our design planning.
Duncan tells 12 News that plans have not yet been completely finalized. There is currently no date set to break ground on the project. In Binghamton, Brian Melanson, 12 News, Broome County.